So welcome back to the Wildcat podcast. What podcast number is this?
17?
17, I'm guessing.
16.
16. I knew that. We are back with Mr. Moore, our special More with More episode of the month.
Yeah.
As you all know, if you've been watching us, and if you watched the previous Mr. Moore with more videos, you know that we talk about school stuff and, upcoming events that he has insider knowledge on. So let's just jump right into this. Is there any big school activities coming up that you know about that we do not?
That you're allowed to say, of course.
That you're allowed to say.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
He's got 3 first names.
What?
I'm just kidding. That's a good movie. What do I do with my hands? School events coming up. We just had homecoming, which was great. Had a lot of kids out there. I'm not going to lie to you. I was quite impressed.
I liked your outfit.
Yeah, well, thank you.
That was a good outfit.
Yeah, the cape was a good touch.
Oh, yes.
The striped pants.
Feel it would have been better with the raptor head?
Yeah. The Olympics went off well at it. Everybody that won got a Wildcat Cola, which was exciting. I made that, by the way. This guy, yeah, big time.
Wonderful.
I think for the biggest part, we had a couple snow days in the middle there, but we still had a fun time, and we still had, we're able to still make it something special, that week. And having a dance right after the game, I love doing that. A lot of people out there, other administrators like to do it on a Saturday night. I love going right after the game. It gets more kids to the game, and then it also it's just more of a feel of celebrating something or moving forward. But man, we got some serious dance moves. That's all I know. I got out and did the whatever shuffle. That's all I did.
The Iggy shuffle?
It's the 1, 2 hops, 3 hops.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Cha-cha slide.
Cha-cha slide.
Yeah.
Yes, did a little cha-cha slide, and the rest of the time I spent over
That's the hokey pokey.
by the snack table.
It's close enough.
So, but upcoming event-wise, we got Lions tonight in basketball away, and then we're home game Friday night. So
All right.
we're excited about that. And I'll tell you, I love home games on the idea we get our band in there, and we get our home crowd there, and it's just kind of like a big family reunion every time we have one of those, and teachers come, to that thing, and it's great. So I love home games. We got another one Friday, so we're excited about that too.
I think it was 2 episodes ago. Our theme was sort of disaster movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Mr. Clements told us that there may be another safety day coming up. Is this true?
Yeah, we'll have another safety day here. I actually moved it. We were going to do it Thursday, but we're going to move it on into later month here. I usually don't broadcast when we do it, just for safety reasons, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got another one coming up, and we're gonna focus on that and doing the right things there. Safety is a big deal to me. I was in charge of that in my old building, and I'm in charge of that in this building. And when it comes to keeping our kids safe, if kids don't feel safe, that's that bottom layer, that foundation of learning is, if you're on edge or don't feel like you're in a good place, how are you supposed to learn? How are you supposed to open up and let our teachers take care of you, love you, whatever you want to say, if you don't feel safe. And creating that environment is very important for me. I'm huge on environment and how we set up the school to make our kids comfortable and our staff comfortable too. So.
All right. So, safety day later on this month.
Yep.
Unnamed date. All right.
Right.
It wasn't February the 7th like I incorrectly told everybody last.
That's right, man. That's right. Nope.
Now
This episode of Pranked.
yeah, exactly.
Now, something we've been doing, I believe it's going to be the next podcast. We've been doing senior memory podcasts.
Ooh. Yeah.
I think all the seniors are excited about it. We have a little sign-up list out front. Seniors, if you would like to sign up and get a chance to be on the podcast, go ahead and sign up outside of Mr. Clements' door, and I will find you and talk to you.
He'll find you.
I will find you.
And talk to you.
And talk to you.
It's like, I will find you. I have a very particular set of skills. I will find you.
And I will talk to you.
I know how to ask people where you are.
Good luck. Click.
But yeah, we have been doing the Senior Memories podcast. just to give like seniors a chance to tell at least 2 stories. And I was wondering what you have thought of it.
Well, number one, I think it's great. For me, being my first year here, listening to what these kids have experienced in the last 3 years before this year is kind of cool. Gives me a little more insight or enrichment on the school culture and the history here, which is always good. You know, I love the idea that these kids are coming forward with great stories. You know, whether they're funny or awkward or whatever. But one thing is the theme there is all these stories they've probably learned something from. And I think that's the key for us is having experiences that we learn from, and then moving forward and looking for, you know, if it's a fun experience, having more fun. If it was a embarrassing or awkward situation, then avoiding that in the future, you know, and how to do it. So it's always great to hear what the kids have to say.
In the theme of stories, I know you have not been here a full year yet.
Right.
Do you have any interesting stories?
Well, let's see here. One time at a volleyball game, I let Miss Thomas's, our athletic director's parents into the game for free, and I shook their hand and said, "Hey, thanks for coming," and this and that, and they went and sat down in the stands, and I saw Miss Thomas, and I said, "Hey, I let your parents in for free. I knew they were in town." And she goes, "No, they left town yesterday." So I let some random people into a game for free because I didn't know who they were. I mean, I'd never seen her folks, but these people were in Cubs gear and they're big Cubs fans. And so I was like, "Oh, that's got to be them." Yeah. So, you know, to those people that got free tickets, hey, you know, that's what we do.
Come and pay double for a basketball game.
Yeah, exactly. So, Miss Thomas just shook her head at me and just moved on. So,
Didn't question it?
oh, I think she was quite amazed at my ability to be a doofus. So, but yep.
You have a particular set of skills.
Yes, just mistaking people for
I
others.
will let you into the game. For free.
You know, other memories. You know, you know, for me, I got a lot of individual ones which I like. You know, for me, I could just interactions I've had with kids throughout the years been impressive, and the staff and the parents, all the above. We just, you know, we got good people here, and that is something that, you know, you can't say everywhere. Not good people part of it necessarily, but people that take care of each other, and that's very impressive here. We've got a lot, you know, different kids going different directions, some diversity and some things like that, and kids don't care about the differences. They care about doing the right thing, and that's important. It's something you don't see in every school, and you don't see in every town. And so having that has been really cool for me to see, just the acceptance, the you know, the moral standard in this town with our kids, how they feel they need to, you know, conduct themselves. Those things are all memorable for me so far. I think Make a Difference Day was a really cool opportunity I've never been able to do before, and we were able to pull that thing off. We did nearly 1,000 man hours in 4 hours time, and that's pretty impressive, getting work done.
I remember when Make a Difference Day was originally planned last year. It kept getting called off either because of rain, snow, or something like that, and it just ended up being pushed back to this year.
I'm pretty sure last year it just became the joke, like, oh yeah, we'll do the Make a Difference Day at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It'll
gets hard
happen.
with scheduling as you get throughout the year. That's why
Yeah.
it's nice to do it in the fall when it's not quite as busy with state testing and that kind of stuff that we see in the spring. So, but yeah.
We should do another Make a Difference Day. Like
Well,
that.
I think what we're going to end up doing is Make a Difference Day falls under our civic duty, and you know, how are we engaging with our community? And for the spring, what we're going to actually do is on the 21st. That's that second testing day. We'll have work keys testing, and then we're going to have some presentations to our kids. And at the end of the day, for that last 40 minutes to about an hour, we're going to send folks back to their advisories, and we're going to plan a field day event per advisory for the elementary kids. And we get to figure out what it is, what equipment we need, how we're going to do it, how we're going to run it. And we get, you know, it's not, we have to give this to these elementary kids, it's we get to, which is great. You know what I mean? elementary kids look up to our high school kids. You guys all did it when you were little ones, you know what I mean? And seeing those high school kids getting ready to go off and doing their own thing with life and college and careers and all that. We want these kids to have that same experience, and that's that civic duty is how are we engaging with these youngsters and getting them more involved with the Haven way of doing things in a Wildcat way. And I'm excited about that day. It'll be good. We're looking at May 6th, I believe, for that.
Next year or
Nope,
this year?
This coming May.
This year.
So, yeah. So we'll be planning that February 21st, what activity we're going to do. I've shared a Google Doc so we don't overlap and do the same thing. But, you know, you can do water balloon tosses and cornhole or whatever you want to do. There's all kinds of different things you could do with these kids. So I'm sure you guys will come up with some great ideas.
It's going to be 2 days after forensics, or after state forensics.
Yep.
That's 2 days after my brother's wedding.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That sounds like a road. Wildcat way.
It is. Wildcat Way, man. Yep. We'll put that on sign.
Nicole, who are our sponsors this episode?
Heartland Credit Union and Haven Steel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2 fabulous companies.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we got prom coming up too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, hope everybody's excited for that.
I am.
I think
worry, Nicole,
we're
I
going to be
forgot
at
about
Tanganyika, and then after prom's going to be over the Wichita Sports Forum. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever been out there, but they got volleyball courts, like sand volleyball inside. They've got
I can already feel
trampolines.
the sand in my shoes.
Oh yeah, they got. I mean, they got all.
Not just any shoes, dress
Your
shoes.
shoes, that's right. They got all kinds of fun stuff that I think our kids are having a blast doing. And we got some sponsors that are giving out some gift cards to us and some different things, and trying to get us in a situation to where we can celebrate not just prom night, but also making good choices and being safe with things. You know, so
Yeah, I always remember when I was in high school, safe night after prom. That was always a lot of fun.
oh yeah,
And especially
Well-
like great way, like if you're a senior, you know. This is over in Abilene, but like they had like games and prizes where if you were a senior, a lot of the prizes were geared towards like college usage and all that.
right. Yep.
So I always loved that.
Yep. So we're excited. We'll do some fun things there, and prom's always a great capstone for our seniors. You know, to just reflect, celebrate, and get one last dance in before the end of their high school career. So
No Garth Brooks, no Last Dance by Garth Brooks.
that's right. Yep.
Actually, I haven't ever been to any of the dances.
You need to come, dude.
Not even in middle school. He won't before I.
Whatever,
got a
dude.
job.
We're
I just
gonna
never
get our
went.
own line dance, you and me.
Sad.
Throw some robot in there and be like,
I didn't know
oh yeah, dude.
Copperhead Road with
Yeah.
robots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Mime.
I think I'll pass on the mine.
You gonna pass on that one? What? It's kind of a big deal.
Hey, if you have a hat, you can put it down on the ground and people will pay you
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
to stop.
Do my well, I had to teach you how to do my signature backspin. Our scrubber broke down for the floor, so I had to do backspins to keep it clean. You know, it's just what I do. Don't. It's serious, man. Don't laugh at it. Anyways,
And speaking of cornhole,
yep.
I'm a little surprised you didn't sign up for the FFA cornhole tournament.
Well, I've
You
had
wanted it to be fair.
Yeah, you know, here's the deal. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty darn good at that stuff, and you know, letting our teachers participate in that was pretty cool. FFA is definitely a great organization, and they know how to have a good time, and it's good, clean fun, and having our teachers do it's pretty cool. I mistakenly went into Miss Baldetti's room today and told her congratulations, and then found out she didn't win.
If you want to
So,
find out who
Phil.
won, just go into Tallman's room. He has a big.
Yeah. Well, actually, he doesn't know right now, but that cup, Miss Het went in and put KU on his cup. And I asked him to come out in the hall, and I was talking to him about like school stuff and real serious, and she went into his room during that time and put a KU thing on his cup. So this thing won't view until he's already figured it out anyway. So Tolman, good luck with that. Yeah, it's good times.
When did this happen?
Oh, today. Yeah.
Today,
We did
what?
it today. Yeah, me and Miss Head.
During after the cornhole tournament?
Yeah.
How was that
Just for
anyway?
reference, today is Tuesday, February 12th. We try
Or
to get
on the
podcast up the next
underneath
day.
the champion.
I believe so. Yep. She wanted to make sure it was definitely right
Since we
there.
all know Tallman loves KU.
Oh yes.
Oh,
He is the biggest KU.
That's his
fan
big- yeah,
I've
that-
seen.
that's
Which is
his
why
main
he wore
squeeze.
nothing but crimson and blue the other day.
yeah, right. AKA purple. So,
Yeah, I think if you accuse Tolman of liking KU, you get
Yep.
kicked out of his class.
yep.
I imagine that bug's not going to survive for very long.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm wondering if Tolman's found it yet.
Knowing Tallman, he probably has.
Oh yeah, because he has a class assignment.
Because when we were in there for second hour for physics, I don't think he knew. Because he was sitting there playing We Are the Champions while drinking out of it.
That sounds about right.
It sounds like something Tallman will do.
Because it is something he did.
Yep. Well, I tell you, it's always exciting to have staff that's having fun doing good things. So, having that out there is pretty cool. Having staff members who can do that, but having also the venue to do it with FFA doing it, that's pretty neat. Just giving people the opportunities to have a good time and make this a good place. So, yep.
All right. So you said that you're pretty darn good at cornhole.
Well, I mean, I'm not bad. And when I say not bad, I mean really good.
On a
Houston,
scale
are you
of
laying down a challenge for Mr. Moore?
Yeah.
Next More with
I am
More?
challenging. I'm issuing a challenge between you and Tallman.
Oh, well.
This will have to be recorded if this happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't want to.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at cornhole. It's kind of my jam.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good?
Probably a 2.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
this
pretty
is
good.
1 being bad, 10 being good.
Oh, yeah. In that case, a 2.
Does cornhole like that horseshoe thing?
Yeah, it's kind of. It's the big square piece of
Big
plywood.
beanbag toss.
You toss the
Oh.
beanbags. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. You gotta remember, I used to be a PE teacher, man. He's stepping into my realm now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I don't think this is going to show too well, but
what is he showing? Tallman versus Mr. Moore.
It's a big deal.
We need to go talk to FFA.
Yeah.
FFA, can we make that happen?
Yeah. Championship, man. Big deal. Yeah.
I wondered what you were doing over there. You're sitting there.
Yeah, he was aggressively riding.
Yeah.
that's kind of my job when I'm not
He
on
was
camera.
concentrating.
Fair enough.
Before we started the podcast today, Mr. Clement said how he is proud of his forensics team.
Yep.
Two
For
that are going to state.
That's right, man.
I was about to ask for people who don't know what happened, but I'm taking they're going to state.
Yes.
Yep.
You want me to name names?
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's give some names up in here.
All right. So this is a big shout out to my forensics students Nathan Seck and Treston Mitz, IDA, or otherwise known as improvised duet acting. They placed second. You should have seen their faces. It's like their eyes were wide open when they found out that they were in the top 4. Their mouths dropped open when third place was announced and they were still on stage. But yeah, IDA is easy enough to get into because there's no preparation that you have to have before the tournament. But it is very hard to compete in because you have 30 minutes for each round to prepare a 10-minute scene
Oh.
with characters, situation, and location that you find in just by drawing it out of a hat. It's very good. It can be very intensive, and I got to see their final one, which was what was it? WWE superstar with a pharmacist in the jungle, and their situation was getting married.
Who was
Whoa.
getting married to who?
It was the pharmacist getting married to his girlfriend, And the WWE superstar was, I mean, they made it out to be John Cena.
So you couldn't see him.
Isn't that right? Isn't it the
That
that
answered
John
my next
Cena?
question. What was
Yeah.
their scene?
It was funny. I had to hold back from like breaking out in laughter.
how do you do that? It's like action.
It's like I don't know. I mean, like I've seen all of John Cena's movies and he's barely in them because you can't see them.
Right. That's right.
Do you know what the first place one was, though?
I do not, but they told me that they were so good that it seemed like it was a scripted scene. So.
Good.
But I'd have to say, judging by the judges' comments that I read, like this one was pretty close to it.
So they were almost first.
Yes, if they would have gotten a couple little bits and pieces, I think they would have gotten first or came really close to it. Either way, though, it is a marvelous feat because it was the first time for both of them to compete in that event. It was Treston's second ever tournament and Nathan's first ever tournament. And so for them to
Cool.
qualify for state, that is awesome.
Congratulations to them. That's awesome.
Woo!
Good deal.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's give them a round of
Yeah.
applause.
They will be the
Absolutely.
first of many of our forensics people.
Especially after last year.
We don't mention.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
debate that you're talking about.
What's the difference?
Big difference. Debates.
I love how you went so serious when I said that.
There's a
There is a difference.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. While there are speaking events and debating events in forensics, it's more like track and field forensics is, because there are also multiple. There's a poetry and prose events, and also multiple acting events: a humorous solo, serious solo, duet, and improvised duet acting, along with multiple speech events. Debate is two speaker debate. You have a team of two, and they go up against various teams of two. And so, yeah.
I'd like to make this. I would like to make this clear. I wasn't like doing that to be mean. I like to throw shade a lot. You should know this.
I know.
Anyone
but
watching the podcast knows this about this at this
Anyone
point.
knows
I
this.
know. I take no offense to it, but it's also good to clarify too. So.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. So, good. Another congratulations to the forensics team of Nathan and Treston.
Yep.
Do you like the poetry stamps?
You never
I think
heard
you're
that?
referencing back to other podcasts here.
So is there anything else coming up that you are allowed to say?
Well, we've got parent-teacher conferences coming up, which is
Ooh,
always
fun.
interesting, and we're actually holding the state tournament in basketball, or sub-state here at Haven. So sub-state will be here, and that's exciting. So having that happen, hopefully we get a lot of kids out to be part of that. Ms. Thomas has been working hard to get that organized and going, and we're excited.
Do you know who will be in the sub-state tournament?
I'm not sure who else in, to be honest with you. She's the one in charge of all that jazz, so.
All right, so we will
Great
have to
to
find
have
Miss
her.
Thomas and
Sure.
interrogate her.
Mhm.
Speaking of basketball, the girls have been doing very well.
Yes, they
Yeah,
have.
yeah, our young men have been doing good too, so I've been real
Nice.
proud of both those teams. I'll tell you one thing that I notice when we play is, we play aggressively, we play hard. There's no doubt we're not working, or that we're working. There's no doubt that.
There's no doubt we are
yeah,
not working.
Yeah, there's no doubt we're working. Yeah, I didn't say that right, did I? There's no doubt that we're putting that effort in there. If anybody said they're not working, they're lying. It's just it's apparent they've got the work ethic, which hopefully kind of reflects all of us, I think too, right? So I think we're all in that boat. No state testing coming up here soon. ACT work keys. We're excited about making some differences in those test scores, and really, the people that are going to make the difference aren't the teachers at this point. We've kind of fed you what we need to, and at this point, it's up to you guys to go get it and prove that Haven's a high achieving place. We've got the skills. We just got to apply it to the test, and I know that sometimes is a challenge, but we got to do it. We got to put it out there and do the best we can on it. Honestly, to prove that we're the best, and I'm okay with that. That's what I want to be. I know that's what our students and staff want to do, is be the best, and hopefully we'll get that. State
Just-
testing time.
Just for anyone who doesn't know what the work keys test, what is it?
Work keys is some different work type skills. Some employers are hooked into that, and you get a certain score on that work keys test, and it will move your application to the top level of the app pile at some of these companies. I know Hutch has got some businesses that are hooked into work keys. It's job skills and whatnot. So it's a pretty neat little test, and definitely something kids should go through. One thing that we are going to start focusing on as a staff is employability skills coming up. That's important, so important. Getting you guys ready to get out in the real world. Employability skills are going to be a key role. Soft skills is part of employability skills, which are what we call non-cognitive skills. What is your ability to relate, interact, and work cooperatively with other people? That's not necessarily really a cognitive issue. You know, it's not a math skill, science skill, engineering skill. That is a personal skill that statistically employers are saying that students coming out of high school are lacking, and something we need to do a better job of as a secondary school here is to get kids ready for that. How do you take the feedback from your boss? Are you taking it and blame other people and make excuses? Do you look at it constructively and say, okay, how can I get better? Those are all important skills for when you get into a workplace. And so I think pushing that's going to be something in the future you'll see. For me, should a class syllabus look like a class syllabus, or should it look more like a job contract? You know, those are challenges that I kind of have towards the staff of how can we start getting a workplace type feeling in our classrooms? Because no matter if you plan on going to college, or if you plan on joining the workforce right off the bat, or getting a certificate and then joining the workforce, or joining the military, any of those options, you're going to have these work skills. It's going to be important. So work keys kind of runs into some of that. And then there's the non-cognitive part of it that we need to start addressing more in 21st century learners, which is just learning how to work and work with others.
Alrighty.
Yep.
All right, so that was another Mr. Moore with More.
Always glad to be here.
Thank you for listening or watching, whatever you want to do. If you're working while listening to this, I hope you get your work done.
Yeah.
Another big thanks to Heartland Credit Union and Haven Steel for sponsoring Haven High School.
Yep.
Another congratulations to Nathan and Tristan with forensics.
Absolutely.
And
Good luck to our basketball team.
good luck to the basketball team.
Yeah.
Go Wildcats.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see you next time.